Good morning, dear students. This is Mallikarjun, lecturer in English, Government Degree College for Women, Nalgonda. As a part of online teaching, today I am going to deal with tenses. In English grammar, tenses are very important because without tense, it is not possible us to speak the English language. Not only that, remaining all grammar is linked up with tenses. So, what is tense? First, we have to see the definition of tense. So, tense is an indicator which tells about the time of action. It is an indicator which tells about the time of action. So, generally, based on the verb, we decide time of action. So, generally, the verb will have three forms, that is present, past, and past participle. But we say present, past, future. Tense is different, verb forms are different. In verb, we have three forms: present, past, past participle. There is no principal verb in English which tells about future tense or future tense. So here, tense tells about the time of action. So it has three tenses in English. So generally there are three tenses in English. So they are present tense, past tense, and future tense. The three tenses in tenses are present tense, past tense, future tense. So each tense has four times again. Present tense has four times, past tense has four times, and even future tense has four times. The four times in present tense are simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. So the four times in simple present in tenses present tense are simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. In the same way, past tense also we have four times. They are simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. In the same way, future tense also we have four times. They are simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous tense. These are the four times in each tense. So present tense four times, past tense four times, future tense four times. Put together, there are 12 tenses in English. Now let us see what is simple present tense. It is very important to the students because in all competitive exams or in any exam we get this tense because it is very important. Simple present tense. In simple present tense, which actions do we say? Generally, we say in simple present tense regular actions, habitual actions, truths, and general actions. In simple present tense, we take four types of actions. The four types of actions in simple present tense are regular actions, habitual actions, truths, and general actions. So, what is regular action? Let us see. What is regular action? Generally, we say regular action with regular intervals. Regular action with regular intervals. Generally, we are under the impression that the regular action should come every day. It will not work every day. The gap between the actions, the action which was done today and the action which was done previous and which will be done in the future, the gaps or equal gaps should be there between the actions of past, present, and future. So equal gaps, when there are equal gaps between these past, present, and future actions, this is called regular action with regular interval in the sense gap. And then habitual actions. Habitual actions means the habits which we have. If we have good habits, we have to say them in simple present tense. If you have bad habits, we have to say them in simple present tense. That's why these are called habitual actions. And truths. Truths means there are two types of truths again. They are universal truths and general truths. What is universal truth? Universal truths are the truths which cannot be changed as per the time condition and place. These actions will not be changed as per the time, condition and place. Those are called universal truths. And general truths. General truths means the general actions which will occur generally. These are general truths. General truths may not be true always. Sometimes they may go wrong or false. And general actions. General actions tells the general things which occur in our life, or the general things which come in our regular life. The nature, general natures, all these things will come. For example, we have seen some examples we will see of simple present tense. I go to college daily. We take this example. I go to college daily. So here you take about the, what is the verb here? Go is the verb. So it tells about I go to college daily. For example, today we went to college by 9 o'clock. And tomorrow by which time we will go to college? Same by 9 o'clock. Yesterday by which time we may have gone to college? Same by 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Past 9 o'clock, present 9 o'clock, future 9 o'clock. The action occurred with regular intervals. The gap between the actions are equal. For example, you see the second example. Sita goes to temple every Friday. You see this example. This action will not occur every day. This action will occur only once in a week. For example, imagine today is Friday. Sita goes to temple every Friday. Imagine that today is Friday. Today Sita went to temple. Again, when will she go? She will go again on Friday. I think when she may have gone previous, on Friday itself. Friday to Friday and Friday to Friday. Like that, the gap between the actions are very equal gaps. These are called regular actions. The first two examples are related to regular actions with regular intervals. And the second one, third one, she gets up at 5 o'clock early in the morning. She gets up at 5 o'clock early in the morning. It is the habit of that girl. So she gets up at 5 o'clock early in the morning. It is habit. So habitual, it is related to habitual action. You see the fourth example, the same example, the time has changed. She gets up at 8 o'clock early in the morning. Getting up by 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, do we call it early in the morning? So 8 o'clock itself indicates that this is a bad habit. This is a very bad habit. Waking up early in the morning at 5 o'clock is good habit. Waking up 8 o'clock early in the morning is very bad. So like that here, whether the good habits or the bad habits must be shown in simple present tense. Okay, I think you may have understood. Are you following? Okay, then now let us see the truths. So the sun rises in the east. You see this example? The sun rises in the east. So this action is universal truth because this action will not be changed as per the time, condition, place. తెలుగులో ఏమంటాం? దేశాన్ని బట్టి, కాలాన్ని బట్టి, పరిస్థితిని బట్టి మారకుండా ఉండేటువంటి దాన్ని ఏమంటాం మనం? యూనివర్సల్ ట్రూత్ అని చెప్పి అంటాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ద సన్ రైజెస్ ఇన్ ద ఈస్ట్. యూ సీ దిస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ద సన్ రైజెస్, సూర్యుడు తూర్పున ఉదయిస్తాడు. దేశాన్ని బట్టి మారదు, కాలాన్ని బట్టి మారదు, పరిస్థితిని బట్టి మారదు. ఇండియాలో అయినా తూర్పునే ఉదయిస్తాడు, పాకిస్తాన్లో అయినా తూర్పునే ఉదయిస్తాడు. ఎండాకాలం ఉదయిస్తాడు, వర్షాకాలం ఉదయిస్తాడు. దేశాన్ని బట్టి మారదు, కాలాన్ని బట్టి మారదు, ఎట్టి పరిస్థితుల్లో కూడా ఉదయిస్తాడు. సో లైక్ దట్ దీస్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ యూనివర్సల్ ట్రూత్స్. వీటిని ఏమంటాం మనం? యూనివర్సల్ ట్రూత్స్ అంటాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, యూ టేక్ అబౌట్ వాటర్ బాయిల్స్ ఎట్ 100 degrees centigrade. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. This is also universal truth because this action will not be changed as per the time, condition and place. దేశాన్ని బట్టి మారదు, కాలాన్ని బట్టి మారదు, పరిస్థితిని బట్టి మారదు. ఇండియాలో అయినా 100 degrees centigrade, అమెరికాలో పోయినా 100 degrees centigrade కే నీరు మరగడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది. ఐ విల్ గివ్ అనదర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ టు యూ సో దట్ యూ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ వెరీ ఈజీలీ. A cow gives milk. A cow gives milk. A cow gives milk. What is the meaning of a cow gives milk in Telugu? ఆవు పాలు ఇస్తుంది. ఇండియాలో అయినా ఆవు పాలే ఇస్తుంది, పాకిస్తాన్లో అయినా ఆవు పాలే ఇస్తుంది, అమెరికాలో అయినా ఆవు పాలే ఇస్తుంది. దేశాన్ని బట్టి మారదు. అవును, అమెరికా వెల్ డెవలప్డ్ కంట్రీ అని చెప్పి కుడితిలా బూస్ట్ కలిపితే ఆవు డైరెక్ట్ బూస్ట్ ఇస్తుందా మనకు? మీరు కుడితిలో ఏం కలిపినా ఆవు మాత్రం ఇచ్చేది మాత్రం పాలే. దట్ ఈస్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యూనివర్సల్ truth, universal. Birds fly in the sky. Okay, birds fly in the sky. Pakshulu akashamlo egurutayi. This is also universal truth. And then let us see, tigers live in the forest. Next example, tigers live in the forest. If you see this example, this is not universal truth, because if it is universal truth, the tigers should live only in the forest. If they come out of the forest, they have to die. Okay, will the tigers die if they come out of the forest? No, it will not die. We will find the tigers even in zoo. We will find the tigers even in houses also. If you see in National Geographic Channel, from the childhood, they will have tigers like dogs, pets, pet animals. Okay, so tigers live in the forest. All these are called regular, universal and general truths. Okay, and then my mother cooks food for us. My mother cooks food for us. You take about this example, my mother cooks food. Generally, who will cook in the house? Generally, our mother will cook in the house. In case you are staying in hostel, is it possible your mother to come there and cook food? No, it's not possible. There, the cook, the person who will cook, the worker will cook and serve food to us. Okay. In case if your mother was suffering from fever, then who will cook? You yourself will cook. Okay. It's not a universal truth. Only the mother has to cook. Otherwise, there will not be any food to serve. It's not like that, no. So like that, we will have general truths and general actions are there. We take about general actions. General actions, these general actions tells about the nature. For example, Gita sings sweetly. Gita sings sweetly. How Gita sings sweetly? Her voice is very sweet. It doesn't mean that there will be sugar in her mouth while singing. The sugar will come out and it will become sweet. That is not the thing. No. Generally, her voice is very sweet. It is her nature. Gopi walks slowly. How Gopi walks? He walks slowly. Slow walking slow is his nature. So like that, we will define simple present tense. In simple present tense, which type of actions we say? We say regular actions, habitual actions, truths, and general actions. So these are all the examples for simple present tense. Now let us see the structure of simple present tense. Simple present tense, in the structure of simple present tense, we get subject in the beginning of the sentence. So here you see the tiger, mother, Gita, Gopi, all these are subjects. All these are subjects. Okay, right. And then first form of a verb. After the subject, what do we get? We get first form of a verb. You see here, live, first form of a verb, cooks, first form of a verb, sings, first form of a verb, and walks, first form of a verb. If you go to the previous examples, go, first form of a verb, goes, first form of a verb, gets, first form of a verb, gets, rises, boils, live, all these are called first form of a verbs. And then other words. After the first form of a verb, we get other words. What are the other words? In the forest, other words. For food for us, other words. Sweetly, other words. Slowly, other words. So like that, we get a simple present tense, subject in the beginning, and then first form of a verb. First form of a verb is nothing but you call V1. V1 is nothing but first form of a verb. The technical terminology of first form of a verb is present form of a verb. This is the base form. The remaining all forms come from the first form. We take about a verb, go. Go is the first form of a verb. It is called present. Then what is the past? Went. Went is called past. It is second form of a verb because it comes next to go. Go next to the go. So it is second. In the second place it will come. That is why it is called second form of a verb. You call them V2. And then gone. Go, went, gone. Gone comes in the third position. That's why it is called third form of a verb. That's why it is called third form of a verb. So this is the technical terminology of third form of a verb is past participle. Go, went, gone. Go, present, went, past, gone, past participle. Past participle. So these are the three forms. In the three form, we get here first form of a verb. So if you go to the first and second examples. You see, once you observe the first example and the second example. Here I go to college. In the second example, Sita goes to temple. Why is the difference? In the first example, we got go, and in the second example, we got goes. Why go and goes? Why this type of variation? Very simple. There is a rule in English that if the subject is third person singular, if the subject is third person singular, then we have to add s or es to the first form of a verb. So here you see the note. Here note is there. What is the note here? Add s or es to the first form of a verb with singular subjects. Means that if the subject is third person singular, then we have to add s or es to the first form of a verb. What are the third person singular subjects? We have to see again, we have to know them. Then when we have to add and when we should not add. If the subject is singular noun, if the subject is singular noun, then we have to add s or es to the first form of a verb. You see the first second example, mother singular, that's why we added here cooks. Cook first form of a verb, we added yes there. That's why it became cooks. Okay. If the subject, you see the first example, tigers. Tigers plural no. That's why we did not add s or es to the first form of a verb. Okay. And then he, she, it. He, she, it are called singular pronouns. Subject is singular. Whether it is noun or pronoun, then we have to add s or es. Geeta singular, that's why we add yes to the verb sings, sing. Gopi singular, that's why we added yes to the verb walk. So like that, here we will add s or es to the first form of a verb if the subject is third person singular. Now let us see the clue words to recognize simple present tense. Generally, we can recognize the tense by the time of action of the verb. Time of action. Okay, when the action, in which time the action was done. So like that we have to understand. But generally there are some clue words in English which can easily understand. By observing these words, we can recognize these సింపుల్ ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్. ఇన్ తెలుగు వి కాల్ బండ గుర్తులు కొండ గుర్తులు అంటాం కదా, ఆ పదాలు కనిపిస్తే డైరెక్ట్ మనం సింపుల్ ప్రజెంట్ టెన్స్ అనే ఎగ్జామ్లో రాసి రావచ్చు. వీ విల్ సీ మోడల్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ కమింగ్ లేటర్. ఓకే, నౌ లెట్ us see what are the clue words. Daily, regularly, usually, generally, always, never, every plus time. These are the clue words. Okay, what are the clue words again? Once we will see: daily, regularly, usually, generally, always, never, and every place time. Every place time means every day, every month, every week, every year, and every hour. So like that, every morning, every afternoon, every evening, like that. These are the clue words for simple present tense. Now let us see some model questions. Okay, let us see the model question. How far these model question can say how far we have understood the simple present tense. Okay, now let us see the model questions. The first one: my friend dash like pop music. The question will be there in the exam in this manner. ఈ pattern లో exam లో question వస్తుంది. My friend like pop music. So fill in the blanks with suitable verb form. So fill in the blank with suitable verb form. So now we have to see the time of action. Time of action. So like అనేటువంటిది ఏ టైంలో జరిగింది అనేది చూడాలి. ఫ్రెండ్కు పాప్ మ్యూజిక్ అనేది ఇష్టం. ఎప్పుడు ఇష్టం? జనరల్గా క్వశ్చన్ వేసుకోవాలి. వీ హ్యావ్ టు క్వశ్చన్ అవర్ సెల్ఫ్. వెన్ డస్ హీ లైక్స్ పాప్ మ్యూజిక్? ఆల్వేస్. So we will check once always is there in our clue words or not. Yes, always is there. Here is always. So immediately we can understand that it is related to simple present tense. Okay, then we have to understand that is related to simple present tense. Then we have to write first like. So first form, what is the structure of simple present tense? Subject plus first form of a verb plus other words. So what is the first form to the verb like? Like itself. So we have to write like. After writing the like in simple present tense, every time we have to check whether what is the subject. Note, we have to remember the note. Already we have seen note. What is the note we have? The note we have, already we have seen the note, no? What is the note that we have? Note em chusnam manam. If the subject is third person singular, then we have to add s or es to the first form of a verb. Subject to third person singular అయినప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఏ వర్బ్ కు ఎస్ఆర్ఈఎస్ యాడ్ చేయాలి అనేది మనం చూసినటువంటి. So that is the thing which we have seen. So here like so let us see. So now we will see the model question like friend is singular. Friend is singular. So we have to add s or es. We have to add s or es. Then immediately we have to add s or es to this first form of a verb. So first form of a verb we have to add s or es. So immediately we added s or es to like the like. So my friend likes pop music. Now children dash love sweets. Children dash love sweets. Okay. Children dash love sweets. You take the verb love. Immediately you question yourself. When do the children love sweets? Always. So always is there already in our clue words. Always we have checked already clue words. So immediately we have to write the simple present tense. So simple present tense, subject plus first form of a verb. What is the first form for love? Love itself. So we have to write love. And generally మన మైండ్లో ఒక ఆలోచన వస్తుంది, అబ్బా లవ్ ఎట్లా ఉందో అట్లా రాస్తే మార్కులు వస్తాయి, ఏమైనా చేద్దాం దాన్ని అని ఏదో చేస్తాం, వచ్చిన మార్కులు పోగొట్టుకుంటాం. We should not think like that. We have to follow the rule, that's all. What is the rule? If the subject is singular, then only we have to add s or es. You see about the children. Children చూసినట్టయితే ఎస్ఆర్ఈఎస్ యాడ్ అవుతుందా కాదా? ఇట్ ఎస్ఆర్ఈఎస్ యాడ్ కాదు. ఎందుకు ఎస్ఆర్ఈఎస్ యాడ్ కాదు? బికాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ because it is plural. So we should not add s or es. Birds fly in the sky. Birds fly in the sky. Birds fly in the sky means పక్షులు ఆకాశంలో ఎగురుతాయి. ఎప్పుడు ఎగురుతాయి పక్షులు ఆకాశంలో? ఒకసారి ఇమీడియట్ గా మనం చూసుకోవాలి. పక్షులు ఆకాశంలో ఎగురుతాయి. When the birds will fly in the sky. The birds will fly in the sky always. The birds will fly in the sky always. So immediately we have to see first form of a verb. So birds fly in the sky. First form of a verb fly. Birds plural. We should not add s or es. The old man go for a walk daily. The old man go for a walk daily. So here the old man singular and daily clue word. So we have to use it in simple present tense. As the old man is singular, we have to add s or es. The old man goes for a walk daily. So you see, we write annual exam in every March. So every place time clue word, simple present tense, we plural, we should not add s or es, and only we have to use first form. Immediately we have to write as it is. Rain dash fall from the clouds. It is universal truth. It's not possible to have rain without a cloud. So universal truth. So we have to say them in simple present tense. So rain singular. So we have to add s or es. Rain falls from the clouds. Okay. And then the last one which we have, he read newspaper every night. He read newspaper every night. We have to fill it with a suitable verb form. The verb given in the brackets. So every night is a clue word which tells about simple present tense. And he singular. So we have to add s or es to the first form of a verb. So read is the first form. Then we have to add s or es to this first form of a verb. So automatically what happens? He reads newspaper. He reads newspaper every night. Like that it will come. Okay. Any doubt? I think you may have understood simple present tense. Okay, once again I'll repeat. Please go through them. Okay, what is simple present tense? What is simple present tense? In simple present tense, we say regular actions, habitual actions, truths, and general actions. Okay, regular actions, habitual actions, truths, and general actions. Okay, so this is simple present tense. So I think you may have understood simple present tense. Thank you, one and all. Thank you. We will see meet in the next class with the next topic. Okay, thank you.